It wasn't the first time he'd spoken of the violence in Charlottesville, but after enormous public and political pressure, Donald Trump finally yielded. He condemned by name those he said were responsible.
Racism is evil, and those who cause violence in its name are criminals and thugs, including the KKK, neo-Nazis, white supremacists, and other hate groups that are repugnant to everything we hold dear as Americans.
But critics say Trump's statement comes too late, far too late, coming only after he was urged by his top advisors and not by a change of heart. In the hours after Saturday's clashes between protesters, in which one woman was killed, Trump blamed the violence
on many sides.
It's a statement many Americans saw as putting white supremacists on equal footing with civil rights protesters. There was anger, too, at the president's silence on social media. In fact, Trump's only tweet Monday before addressing Americans was to taunt the single African-American member of a White House advisory council. CEO Ken Frazier resigned from the group, citing the president's failure to condemn bigotry and his lack of leadership. It's leadership, this presidential historian says, Americans traditionally look to their presidents to deliver in times of division and distress.
We've seen presidents of both parties really be healers and really speak to our better natures. We saw that in George W. Bush's speech after 9/11, or Bill Clinton's speech after the tragedy in Oklahoma City. We didn't see any of that in Donald Trump's initial response.
There's been widespread outrage in the United States over what occurred in Charlottesville. The president has promised a federal investigation into the violence police say was mutually engaged between white supremacists and counter-protesters. It will be led by his Attorney General, Jeff Sessions.
They're going to find out that we're coming after them for any violations of the law. The president has condemned them by name and will continue to do so.
Indeed, there may be no issue with the content of Donald Trump's latest strongly worded statement, but there is criticism about Donald Trump's performance, that a president so proud of his ability to lead and to communicate appears to have failed in the eyes of so many Americans. Kimberly, Halkett, Al Jazeera, Washington.